Hey everyone, I just wanted to give another chance at the ultra thin biface, not Folsom technology, just something really thin. I just wasn't real happy with the last one. I don't like using a lot of continuous platforms. So I wanted to do a part 2 and see if we could do it again. Maybe do better this time. So I pulled out number 58 and took a couple major flakes on it, but I messed up. I broke it. I hit it. I was trying to take off a little too much. I just hit it a hair high, 1/8 of an inch, and so done with that. Move on to the next one. Number 44 was the other one. So what I did here is to save time on this video, because 2 hours is a long video, but I wish it was 30 minutes, but anyhow, it is what it is. I want to try to keep it under 2 hours. So on this one I took a little more time. I already set up a couple of platforms, but I took my time on them, way more time than I took yesterday, and it chews up time whenever you're really trying to get them set up right. So there's this big scoop out of this that was there when I picked up the rock. So gosh, if I remove everything that way, I won't have anything but something right in there, so that won't work. So I've got to try to remove all of this mass to get to that. Cortex on this side, definitely some questionable areas. I might pause the video to save time to set up stuff, but I definitely do want to take the time to set up one platform, maybe this one, to come back through here. It's not Clovis. I want you to look at these, so I'm gonna clean it off, and it's just isolated. Alright, protruding. I took away, well, if I didn't take it away, it was already taken away, but it's better if it's isolated like that and you set up a rounded platform that the striking angle is not on the edge. You want it to be, can't quite make the mark exactly where I want. It's going to be a broad strike. About right there, and that 2 dusty spots. That'll initiate a thick flake, and it'll stay thick given everything else is there. One, that there's mass that you could take off so that it can be thick, and one, that there's a way to take the mass off. Alright, so that one's set up. I really get a close-up of it better. Maybe get a little bit of a grind. Let me see what it looks like. This one might hit on the edge. That's okay. There's plenty of there where I can get rid of that, but I'm going to try to strike a little higher. Then the next one I think might be off of here. I already prepped this a little bit. It's already isolated on mass, so I can do one of two things. I can try to just remove mass into this divot, into this divot, so that flakes can be taken cleanly from elsewhere. Or I might be able to take a bigger flake that takes off more of this mass, and that's really what I'd like to do. So I'd probably set up, I'd strike it, let's see, Probably about right there. And strike in the direction you want to remove mass. Then the next spot would be right here. I already have a spot set up, so you would take some here, take some here, and then take some here. This could be a broad flake. There'll be mass removed from this end, so this is going to stick out more, so it might help to remove it. Things don't always go as you plan, so it might not go in that order exactly. Anyway, we gotta get started. Man, I hit that, I know, right where I wanted to. And I could have hit the edge because it was kind of sticking out more right there than I wanted. But, oh gosh, yeah. So, couldn't ask for better. Now, yep, I'm going to take that right there into that. Give those just a little bit of grind, just in case there's anything there that might cut me. I'm probably going to have to hold it like this. This one I won't be able to strike up as high or remove as much. The cortex was here and it's thick, so I was able to take some flakes this way so that I make sure I was striking on good parent, it's good solid parent rock instead of striking on the cortex. Alright. Can't quite see where it's hitting. Right there. Okay. Right there. Like that. And this is, to take this flake is too risky. It's kind of flat across there and definitely swoopy right there. So I'm going to get rid of this, some of this right here. Taking some flakes there. I'm also gonna clean up the rest, the rest of this bevel. Get rid of the cortex. Get rid of some mass on the end. That will also help to isolate for this flake. This was already set up before I started rolling. So it's just ready to give it a little grind and take the flake. And that's all there is going to be taken from that flake. Or from that end, I mean, whatever. Just doing little isolation flakes right here for now. Like it. I'm not getting rid of that bevel like I'd like to. I'm going to set up here to take the flake from there. Well, man, I think this edge is low enough and this edge is low enough that maybe I'll take a little here. You have to imagine where it might come off. You can't always draw a line and get it exact, but in principle you get, you know, 90% what you want exactly. So I've got to do a little bit of thinning, or more. Gosh, I don't want to take that flake there yet. Okay. I don't know I don't know if I finished what I was saying earlier. These look low enough so that if I take a strike here and I get an overshot, which I don't really want. I like, when I'm trying to get thin, I want flat flakes, like, not curved overshot flakes. But yeah, I do need to take a little bit of a flake there to isolate. Anyway, I'll just do that. Vortex crap. That spot. There we go. Most of it. Grit. Talk about grit for a minute. If you want an ice, a separate rock for scrunching, find one that's gritty, because real fine sandstone works as a hammerstone just as well as a gritty hammerstone, but for scrunching, I mean, they both work as well, but this is going to work better. Something that's grittier, like, you know, 80 grit sandpaper versus 600, is 80 is going to grab it better. So when you grab it better, you can take off more of what you want. As I showed in a lot of the videos that I just have been putting up recently, is that you don't have to have this. You can do it with one hammerstone. I know what it's like. I've been there where you see something, or you watch somebody do something, and or they say something, and it's taken as like strict gospel without any fuzzy lines around it, you know, for loose interpretations or to add detail to improve or something like that. When I really start using this, I realize how much I've missed it. I mean, I do like it. It's running out of juice, though. I mean, there's not much there. It's hard to hang on to. It seems like this thing was pretty good size when I started, but might have to look back on some old videos to see. Where was I on the end? Right here. That's Cortex. This could take off more than just a skinny thin flake. Take either. Say that was, look at the ridge here before, and see how if you take this flake it would run that way. Now it's really isolated, and I still feel like you could have a problem right there, so I'm going to clean it up, clean into that flake just a little bit, just a little bit. You don't need much here. Yeah. Okay. Now let's set this up. All right. Yeah, there's a little hinge flake in the way of where I wanted to. Oh, I set this up. Let's hit that first, which could also overshoot, but I really just want flat thin flakes. I'm trying not to get in a hurry. For the video. Ooh. That's my accuracy. Should I hold it out here? I don't know if there's enough exposure. Well, I really want to. There. That was nice. It's really undulating right here, so I don't know if it was really trying to get underneath some crap. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's definitely just trying to push through cortex. Okay. And I see something there, just and it gets rid of cortex. So I think I'll do that. I don't want to take that yet. And I could take a flake off of the earlier platform to remove that cortex, but it'll leave this a little thinner, and I want some mass there to help take the flake off. That reminds me, you guys on the video I posted yesterday, I was talking about whenever, let's use this for example, this flake, potential flake here, talk about pulling the rock into my hand, and I couldn't really describe why at the time. So you have the mass of this rock, and you have the mass of this rock, and when you take a flake, you always want the flake that you take to be smaller than the hammerstone that you're using, all weights. And if you hold it loose in your hand, like you do with most of the chipping, I'll probably put more pinching support near where I'm hitting than anywhere else. But when you pull that in real hard and mash it into the back of your hand, you've increased the mass of the stone. Because when you hit it and it's loose in your hand, the rock moves first. The rock moves first, then your hand will move. But if you grip it really tight, pull with your thumb and your fingers into the, I like to use these knuckles, the back of these 4 knuckles right there for support. Then that increases, I don't know, the effective mass of this rock. So when it makes the flakes come off easier. Think of how whenever we were learning how to use a hammerstone, try this videos where we were taking thin potato chip flakes off of large rocks with large heavy bevels. Concept is the same. You don't have to use very much force at all to get it off. Tip for the day. Yeah, I like this. I think I can work with that. Let's do some scrunching. If I was a Clovis man, I've thought about this for years and years and years and years. Just I can't figure it out. But with, like, did they have a separate scruncher? Like, man, I don't know. Right now I don't know if there's any way of knowing. But if they had a real fine hammerstone, which works the same as any other good hammerstone for taking flakes, it doesn't work as good for scrunching. So if they didn't use a scrunching tool by itself, did they just have a grittier sandstone that they used for both? It's a good question, but the reason why I say that now is because when I do the Clovis video, the Clovis tools and technology, I'm gonna use this because I know I can create isolated platforms a lot easier with it. But I might attempt it as well with this one, if I could think about it. So, the tech might not be accurate, which I'd say right now it might not be accurate. It's my opinion, and it's based off of I just made up stuff just because I want some kind of notoriety. That's not it. It's just I don't really agree with the stuff that's out there, and I think some of it is just freaking ridiculous. And I can't believe they try to pass that stuff off on us. I'm really having trouble trying to get this like I want right off that cortex. I'm trying to roll the edge, and I'm gonna end up taking off too much. There's something came off. Ow. And in that video, and just like in every video, I don't have anything written down, and I can't remember everything that's in my head to write it down or in the video. But I'm attempting, the title says Early Clovis. So to me, when I say that, it means the Clovis people that migrated through the ice-free corridors in the Northwest, or arrived along the coast, I think, ice-free corridors for what I'm doing. And Clovis lasted, what, 250 to 300 years or something like that? I don't remember. And they was found all over the United States, literally. I don't know if in every state, but it's more concentrated in some areas than others. So they moved fast, according to archaeology, and that part of it makes sense to me. So technology changes fast, culture changes fast, depending on lithic resources available, the quantity, the quality, how much you can get, the size of it, lots of things, and the game that's available to survive off of, the tools that you need to stay alive, to cut grass. I don't like part of it, so I'm going to try to miss it. No, I'm going to hit it high and hold it under. It might work. Really, sometimes I feel like I'm really holding it so funny, but it's fun, I think, to kind of hold it funny for the camera. I did that. Okay, I guess that's got to go now. Alright, I got rid of that worry. And okay, now I'm going to set this up. Trying to get the right bevel that's perpendicular to the ridge, to the mass you want to take. So if that's the ridge, the mass that I want to take, and I want my platform to be perpendicular with my fingers. So I build a bevel like that. These are very careful, precise, small flakes. You're trying to do this exact. You want to set it up exact. For the camera, I want to do one to show what I do off camera. Try real hard not to hinge it. So, yeah, I'm going to take at least one flake back this way to help isolate the release of the platform. I don't want it to be too continuous. You have to hit it too hard. If it's isolated, more protruding, you don't have to hit it as hard. I don't know why I chose to use this hammerstone, but maybe I shouldn't for this flake especially. And I tell you what, I ain't napped in so long, I've said, but I don't have any problems switching between hammerstones now. It used to be such a scary deal for me, but it's not anymore. Okay, so you get it kind of close as best as you can. With a hammerstone, percussion flakes, small ones, then you use your scruncher. I thought I was going to be able to push that little hinge off where there was a little bit of cortex right there, but you got one chance left now. Ugly. If it ain't right, redo it. Ooh. I don't want to hit on the edge. I need to hit just a little above the edge, and there's just a little too many problems right there. I was trying to be stingy earlier, thinking I could get away with something, but I couldn't. I created one problem, but so far the bevel is cleaner. Let's try this. When you push off flakes and you think you've established the strike area, then you have to change your angle even more and roll it even tighter underneath so you don't catch the edge. Make sure you don't catch the edge. Sometimes I do that and I get these weird double strikes. Sometimes I get the flake you want too. Sometimes I don't. Alright, so you get it as close as you can, and you braid it. I'm not as happy because I kind of have two strike areas. I'm really trying to just set up this one, not this one. I can't push it off, and I definitely can't. There's nothing I could do except try to hit that. I'll grind it underneath because I don't want it to be weak right there. Accidentally hit it and crush it. And you braid the spot you want to hit and you look at it real close and make sure that it's right. And if it ain't right, you do it again. Sometimes you might get to a point where you're doing it again and you have to come back to it. You have to leave it alone. Well, this could definitely take an overshot and lose a lot of width. No, I don't really want it to do that. Just see what we can do. I don't want to hit. Okay, I think it'll work. I think I can hit the spot I want to hit without hitting the other one. Broke? No, just came off short. And that work, huh? Okay, I'm gonna pause it for a minute and set up some stuff.